For the longest time, I've always had a hard time building a nursery in The Sims just because we didn't have the proper items, but also I never really knew what kind of idea and theme I wanted to go for. And when I was an infant, I didn't really have that much. I had Winnie the Pooh, I had Tigger, I had Eeyore, I had Piglet, I had all those things when I was an infant. And so hopefully now that we have infants as a new life state and growing together in The Sims 4, hopefully I can make my dreams come true and live vicariously through my Sims game like I always do. Now honestly, when building anything in The Sims, I'm always so scared of how it's going to turn out in the end, and I always start with like a little random box, but I think starting small is like the best way to go, and starting with a box that's maybe a little bump out on the side. I find with building anything in this game, or just in general, a lot of work because you got to think of the theme, the layout, the idea, the execution, even to make sure everything matches. Oh, that's a whole big ordeal of thinking, will this match in my Sims room? We ultimately do not know. But I think to see everything, we always got to start with our saucer light. I'm telling you, these are the best things we ever gotten in the game, and they are cheap, they are affordable, they're only 50 simoleons, and they're very teeny tiny. When having a kid in The Sims, it's a whole big ordeal because you got to figure out, okay, where are they going to sleep? How much do I want to give them? Where are they going to, like, really live and thrive? Will they have their own room? Will it be a shared room? We ultimately do not know. Now we have these cribs that we got was growing together because we have newborns, so they changed the whole thing. But I'm thinking I'm just going to go with a regular, like, just infant, like room. So I might push this over here. Now, with me being an adult and trying to make a nursery, I was like, can I make a mid-century modern nursery in The Sims 4? Because I feel like it's possible, but at the same time, I feel like it's kind of weird if I end up making one. But think about it, a mid-century modern nursery. That stuff will be so cool. And I did not realize that this object right here had other swatches. Like, I'm thinking, when did we get all these new swatches with this random base game item? Anyway, I'm gonna put some of these bottles up here for like clutter. And I think it'll be like a really cool idea to show that it is an infant's like baby room and it's just kind of cute and adorable. Actually, you know what? No, there's a fun little trick that I learned recently with utilizing one of the like shelving boxes things from parent. No. It's from Dream Home Decorator. There's a shelf in there, or technically any shelf that you want to use that has like some type of opening to fit in any object. Like you can use one from Growing Together or high school years, one of those two things. But what I've learned is use the box and then use whatever item you want to put on like the shelf. If it doesn't fit, you can just drag it onto it. So let's use one of the things from Growing Together, actually the ones from base game with the infants. Let's use this stackle basket, but important things for a baby would be very good. We add it onto here, and then we just drag it, or like we line it up with the shelf enough so it looks like it's gonna be fitting correctly on the side. And we're going to drag it out enough, and then I'm going to size it down because I kind of want it to be a little bit smaller, and then we just kind of leave it there, and it kind of looks like it's on the shelf itself. But it's a really cool trick, very easy, anyone can do it. It just takes a lot of eyeballing to think, oh, will this fit? I don't know, maybe. Let's figure out our flooring. And if you don't know this trick that I always end up doing with all my floors, I'll link down below the video that I made on YouTube, on a YouTube short. It's basically pressing Control F on your keyboard and then using your like comma key or your period key to like rotate the flooring to fit. And like doing this like triangular bit that I'm doing right now. But it's like a cool way to make the floor look, fancy. Now, these infants don't really have much when it comes to the things that they can grab and move around. So let's go back to Growing Together and see what we got with that. Now I'm thinking I might put this little play mat over here, like in the dead center, because I think it could be really cute for them to have. But then the other way of thinking is that they do have a rocking chair that we have gotten with the new pack to signify that, oh, you can like coddle your baby in the rocking chair in the back and then you can make them fall asleep. But then like this little sheep thing. I don't know why, but the sheep is my life. I don't know why, but I think that infants are the most cutest things ever, but they are so much work. Like, I don't know why, but they are so adorable. I do want this one right here, but it's too big. I could size it down and move it in the middle like that, and that will be fine. So I have more room to put whatever on each side, because I could make that smaller. And then I could just do like this as like an interesting gallery wall, which, you know what? I just might leave it like that. Am I a builder or what? I don't, you know, sometimes I surprise myself and I'm thinking, did I do that? Did I create something interesting, differently different? I must have. So I'm thinking in this area, before I add any of the wallpaper, I'm thinking, oh, I can add in this shelf. I could probably add the shelf over here. So what I'll probably do is I'll add this shelf over here, delete this photo frame, move that down a little bit. I kind of also want to remove this, not this, but this mobile, set it down again, and then maybe, just maybe, like put it over here. But then I can also add in the mobile that we have with the cribs when you upgrade it was like 50 simoleons. So I might do that with a sim after the fact. So that way you have a mobile on the crib and it makes sense. So we can add that, but we're going to add it over here. Move this little sheep over here in this corner, like right here. And we'll put the table on the side over here. Put the little speaker on the table, maybe a little water bottle for the mom or whoever. And then like the backpacks, maybe squads in the back, or I guess I put them on the side over here, just line them up. And then I could also use some shoes because every infant deserves to go to daycare because they have backpacks and things. I went to daycare. That's a little sheep. Why is that so cool? See, this is why we need more things like this for like the younger age stages. Cute little things, but then also give the older ones cute little things too. Like it might not suit the whole planes of everyone else, but for me, I want the cute stuff too for my teenagers. Let them use what they want, please. I beg thee. Like I don't know about you all, but I enjoy like the little things, especially like details for like clutter items are up my alley. I am here for it day, noon, and night. I'm telling you, these infants, these children get the cutest things all the time. Give me the ones for the older kids. Back in my day, the early 1900s, we had backpacks that had cartoon characters on it. Even though I was probably not even old enough to even watch those cartoons, I still thought they were cool. Like the time where there was like Ed, Ed and Eddie or some other things out there. Was I old enough to watch those? No. Did I watch them anyway? Yes. Was I allowed to? No. Did I care? Yes and no. So we move forward from that and we live our life the way we want to live it because I'm a full grown adult. All I can do what I want. So we're going to make this the best semi-mid-century modern nursery there ever was. Now we do have this little shelf up here that I can add that up there. Move this up a little bit though, because it's a little bit too high. We'll turn that to green, and then having like these little diaper things could be good. I wonder if I size it down enough, it can go on here, like in front of the nesting blocks. So I'm gonna grab that little boxing I had earlier from Dream Home Decorator. Let's get our shelf. We'll put it against the wall. We don't care what color, as long as it's aligned with the shelf up here, we should be good to go. We'll drag it forward and it looks different, but I think it looks good. And actually, no, now that I think about it, I can actually just put this right here. But what I'm gonna do is move this back over here, move that over, squeeze that over. And I'm just gonna do it manually. That way I have more freedom to do what I want. And then I can probably put something over here, like another window, which honestly, I just might do. Another window fills in that space enough. And then we'll put in our curtain, and then we'll add in our wallpaper. Now, I want to use a wallpaper from Parenthood so badly because, like, look at this room. A Parenthood room with that wallpaper would be so perfect. I think it's a good wallpaper to use. But then the base skin ones do seem a little bit better. I think those have some, you know, moments. I could do a sage type of room. Now, does the color scheme fit everything? Yeah, it does. I have to move things around though, so it fits like the frame of things, which now that I think about it, moving this little frame over here with the prints might be a little bit better. So we'll move this over here on that side. We're just going to change each photo. And since it's a little bit too high, I'll move it down. It's kind of right above like the trim up here. So we'll just move all these windows down just a tad. That way I feel like it's a little bit much more cohesive across the board everywhere. Like I'll go through all my builds and see, does it align well enough with the bottom bit of the top frame? But yeah, I think this looks pretty much okay-ish. It seems a little bit dark in this corner. and only have 2 lights in here. I'll do a third. I think a third would be good. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you like had a struggle with dealing with like thinking about how am I going to make a nursery with limited items and limited packs? Because bestie, same. I'd be like thinking, how am I gonna make this room look nice and fancy, but also equally decorated and also something that I can change around and do things differently. But I also realized that now that we have infants, you can also change this crib into a toddler bed. So technically, this room is very easy to like change around because you still have to use the, you know, the changing table to like change their diaper and stuff like that. But you can change this into a toddler bed because that's his base game. This is growing together. That is the weird thing about this whole base game growing together thing, is that I wish we had changing tables in base game because it matches, but we don't have them in the appropriate section. One day, I think hopefully one day they'll change it where we can have changing tables in base game, because that would have been a better idea in my opinion. Either way, this is what I got, and I am excited to see what I do next with the other outfits, build items, and all that jazz. But either way, as always, do let me know down in the comments below of what you thought of today's build, and especially let me know if you've ever built a nursery in The Sims. But as always, I do hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!